Hey everybody, this is Craig Cuttle, the Director of Nature Reliance School, and coming to you today with an incredibly important tip about how to carry your knife. So in wilderness survival, wilderness outdoorsmanship, woodsmanship, whatever it might be, a knife is an absolutely essential tool, and I think we all know that by now. I don't think there's an instructor out there in the world that does not feel as if a knife is probably the most important tool that you can have with you, beyond your mindset, obviously. However, this is something that comes up regularly in our classes, because this is one of the things I force my students to do in Nature Reliance School classes, is that what happens if you're injured and you can't see, you can't use your hands, you can't use your arm, whatever it might be. So one of the things I want to point out to you is this, is that if you carry your knife on the back of your hip or in the back section of your body, it's going to make it incredibly difficult. Let's say, for example, I'm a right-handed person. I can get to my knife rather easily right here because I'm right-handed. However, what happens to me if I injure my right arm? Can I still get my knife out? Okay, so what I'm going to do is demonstrate one of the most simplest things that you can do to make sure you have the ability to do this. And this is a good time of year to practice this, because another thing in consideration is that if I'm carrying my knife and I got a vest on, a coat on, or maybe even bibs or something of that nature where I have my knife inside on my pants, but I put a pair of coveralls on, or I put a pair of bibs on or something of that nature, I still want to have access to my knife. So real simple, like, let's say, for example, that this arm is injured and I can't utilize it to get to my knife. Now, it depends on where I carry it. And right now I've got my weapon on me as well, my self-defense weapon. So, but it's real simple, you all, and that is, let's say I can't get to this and I can't get to that. Now I can get to my handgun because I practice with that, but that's why I'm carrying it on my back hip. But let's say my knife's right here. I cannot get to my knife with my arm. I know this is simplistic, but we want to have our knife in such a way that we can reach it from here. So if I take my knife and put it back to where I would normally carry it, just go up to a tree. Oops, sorry, I'm using my right hand. Put my right hand behind me. Go up to a tree and have your belt on the belt loop such that when you turn it like this, you actually can pull that knife around and still get to it. Because what happens, and that's awkward, but what happens if you can't get to that knife and it's still right there on your belt? Another consideration is that belt clipped? Is your knife so secure in your belt that your hands are injured, your hand is injured, or what have you, you can't even unclip, unbutton, undo the retention system on your belt? So what I would recommend is practice with it, put it on, go up to a tree like this. You can actually lay down on the ground and move it on the ground too, so no matter where you are, even if you don't have trees, you can utilize that. So with that said, practice with your gear. Practice with your gear as if you're injured. Blind yourself by putting a blindfold on occasion. Put your arm in a sling. Do the things that you have to do with your legs injured. Tie your legs together as a splint mechanism, and that way you're better prepared for any survival situation that might come your way. Because again, I try to emphasize this to our students, but survival doesn't come when it's a beautiful, glorious day and everything's perfect, right? It comes when people have been stressed in car wrecks, they've fallen off a rock, they've fallen in a river, any number of things. That's when true survival situations actually happen, okay? So let's get ourselves in a position where we're more comfortable practicing under a little bit of stress. So, simple tip, glad you joined us. And as always with Nature Reliance School, come on, join in, let's learn together.